And in what is likely the fastest back-to-back YouTube upload ever, I've decided to fix the errors of my previous video and update this accordingly. This morning, there was an update to the game's economy relative to the flea market, otherwise known as my second home. This modification to the game's economy is one where the NPC traders who had static pricing up until this point have prices that are now impacted by the cost of items as they're traded on the flea market. Yep, this means that the market's item flipping days are numbered. Partially. Mechanically, this appears to have a trader update cycle in accordance to the now 3-hour restock timer. My previous video from about an hour ago stated that the iCase price, for example, was 15,200 euros and change. Wow, English. Up from 11,000 or so. And the iCase price as of this recording, now that we have a new restock, is now just shy of 15,770 euros. An increase of about 60,000 rubles. Items like iCases, if you didn't know, can't be looted. They can be bartered for, but they're so rare, these ophthalmoscopes, that you trade for them. Players are more likely to just try to farm something else and sell it than try to keep up with the inflating price. Market systems as a whole have a check and balance system. In the real world, for example, if someone wants to be competitive in a commodities market, you can either buy the item and hope for an increase in value and then sell it, or you can manufacture it or procure the item and become part of the supply chain. Unfortunately, with items such as iCases and junk boxes, they can't be manufactured. In Tarkov's case, this would equate to being looted during a raid or looting items that can be bartered for it during a raid. Which brings me back to my originating point regarding the ophthalmoscope and its rarity. With constant demand and an ever-inflating supply, the cost of an item such as the iCase or weapons cases will continue to inflate. We just really don't know how fast yet. Right now, it's already gone up by nearly 600,000 rubles since this switch was thrown. And as I said previously, at the current rate, I'd expect the cost to be over 30,000 euros, which is 3 times the original price in the coming week without some type of check or balance. To curb the inflationary aspect of items such as the iCase, the junk box, and weapons cases, my recommendation to the devs here would be to decrease the ability for these items to be purchased by the players to 1 per day or 1 per several days until a better solution for these cases can be found. Like maybe decreasing the barter requirement or increasing the spawn rate of those barter items. There needs to be a system of some kind that allows for players to make the pricing competitive. Without it, the value of the items case and items like it to perpetually go up is really rather high. I would say certain. It also appears that items such as the kibba barter on Therapist has gone up from 35 condensed milk to 40. And after searching the patch notes since the barter was introduced, I haven't found any notes mentioned and just kind of noticed that that went up today. I haven't extensively viewed and don't have any conclusive evidence as of yet to the change in the value of items that are offered for barter, like the common practice for a lot of streamers like Kings or Veritas or Bad Friends Gaming or Sequisha to request a bag of items in exchange for some really cheap mundane item like a Russian Army pineapple when they're doing quote-unquote streamer kits as part of their stream on a given night. I'm unsure as to if this will have an impact on the perceived value of those bags, but I'll keep watch. And for those of you guys that are forecasting doom and gloom on the marketplace and how you're all going to end up broke and this whole thing is boned, and there's a lot of you, yeah, it's going to be crazy for a few days. Player-controlled economies are always chaos in their early days when they start off. Self-normalization of these types of economies takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of transactions. But in the Tarkov sense, a lot of time could be a week. But the more volume that we have, the more stuff is moved through the market, the more normalized that economy is going to become, except in the situation that I mentioned above, which really, really does need to get fixed. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know if you guys have found anything else that looks a little weird, and I'll make sure to add it in another update when I do it. But in the meantime, check me out on Twitch. Like I said, I stream every day. Give me a follow if you would be so kind. Maybe sub the channel here if you haven't yet. And, check out my Discord. We have sub chat and all that other fun stuff that you normally would see. And then last but not least, follow me on Twitter, OnePegMG, right up over there. All right. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.